Wednesday, June 1st, and surprise, surprise, the delivery of my parts did not go as scheduled. So this morning I go on and look for, because it transfers over to Canada Post, I check Canada Post and the parts are actually being held not too far away from me, so I'm gonna go get them now. I got my parcel, see what's in it. Box is smashed on one of them. Let's hope it's not damaged. Doesn't look like it's damaged. It is now the following day. It is Thursday, and it's 6:30. I just got home from work, and I still need to unpack my truck and put away an order, and then answer some emails. I was planning on staying up late and getting my engine together last night, but all I managed to do is fit the pistons to the cylinders. So I got them all completely honed out and set the clearances. Now I need to chamfer the ports and make sure that I don't get any hang-ups on the rings. And then I need to make sure the ring end gap is correct. And then I can actually start putting the engine back together after I clean the cylinder extremely thoroughly. So I'm not even sure if I'm gonna have energy to do that this evening. And tomorrow I got a fairly busy day, but not nearly as busy as it was today. I've got the ports all chamfered out, and now I just need to clean up the cylinder. I'm really tempted to do some porting because the porting on these cylinders is really, really bad. I don't know that the camera will pick up any of this, but I'll try to get a few shots. You can see there's stuff like that. There's a big chunk of like casting stuff there. You can just see it's really rough inside there. Let's slide one of the rings in and then we'll square it up with the piston. Actually, I think I'll do it with the gap right here just so that it's easy. I will push it in that way and then push it back through. It'd be really cool if the gap was set properly and I didn't have to do anything with it. Perfect. Wow, I'm happy about that. Let's push it to the top of the bore, and that's a good way to check to see if the bore is even top to bottom. Perfect. Perfection. I've seen people do this trick on Instagram and make it seem like it's magic, and it's really not. When you put a piston ring on, basically, yeah, you just set the ring in so that it's beside the pin. In my case, right like that. And then you lift part of the ring just over the top of the piston, rotate the piston ring, make sure that it stays in the groove on one side, and boom, your piston ring is on. I'll show you the second ring groove just to show you that it's not much more difficult to do it this way. On the second ring groove, put it in, hold it in with one finger like that, pull the ring over the top of the piston, make sure that the ring stays in the lower groove as you fold it around, and then Went so easy when I did it wrong. Alright. What a mess that was. I now have the cylinder installed the right way. And I'm not going to show you guys any of that footage because it was a horrible mess of a disaster. After seeing that last clip, I know what many of you are probably thinking. He's gone absolutely mad. This is taking it way too far. But I actually did that for not weight savings, believe it or not. I did that because the bottom of these nuts had those grooves in it, basically locking grooves. And when you're trying to torque them down, it's very hard to get an accurate torque because the little teeth dig into the aluminum. And so I would much rather have a smooth surface on a smooth surface. That way I know I can torque it to the right amount. And one of the reasons why I went through the trouble of doing that is because it actually seemed to be leaking around the base last time. I had used a brand new base gasket. There was no issues with the base or with the cylinder, but it still seeped a little bit around there. That could just be because of all the backfiring that it did when I was trying to start it, but I did get some seeping through there, so don't want to have issues. Cut the nuts down a little bit, and that should help me get them torqued down. I'm going to put it to 26 because I'm a rebel. As you guys can tell by the fact that the head is on, I've decided I'm not going to film all this process just because I'm trying to speed through it a little bit. It's currently about 8 p.m. What is it? It is 8:36 p.m. on Friday evening, and I would like to be able to test this weekend. And so I'm going to try to get as much done as I can tonight. I now have the exhaust manifold on, and the engine is basically ready to go in. I've got the hull moved over to here, so I just need to get the electric hoist down. But before I do that, I'm actually going to do one thing. I don't think I mentioned it to you guys, but my air intake lid was actually rubbing a little bit. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but it was just barely touching on the cylinder head in a couple of places. A little bit of a rub there, a little bit there, and a little bit there as well. So what I'm going to do is the same thing I've already done here. I'm going to file down and remove a little bit of material. And hopefully that gives me the clearance that I need. Ended up making a bracket for the fuel tank. The fuel tank was trying to slide backwards, so I don't think I can get the camera to focus. Oh, maybe. Anyway, there's a bracket glued to the hull, and it has a pad against the backside of the fuel tank. I epoxied that in place, and what else did I do? Oh yes, I started to shorten the harness. So this is how long the wire was for the stator. And I chopped all that off, and now I'm soldering the ends back onto the connector here. I found the photo of when I weighed this thing with the 650 engine in it. A full tank of fuel with the 650 engine, and it was 340.5 pounds. So I gained about 4 pounds adding an 1100 to this. I am extremely happy about that. I now have the harness all shortened up. Still haven't tie wrapped it away. I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to put it, But yeah, that is the total length of it now. And I have fired it up and tested it. It's working great. No issues. So now I'm going to replace the intake grate. Those of you who saw my last video, I talked about how I broke the old intake grate. So I'm going to replace it with this one. I had the original OEM plastic one on there, and I had it parked on my carrier. You can see there's now a hole in the carrier. I didn't have that hole there, and when I revved it up in the water, it sucked up hard enough on the carpet that it actually broke the intake grate in a couple places. Let's see if we can tell here. Yeah, this one's broken, and this one's broken. £35. I've lost weight, folks. It's paying off. All my quirky weight loss ideas are paying off. I've lost weight. There it is on the truck, ready for tomorrow. We are starting to get some pretty nasty weather, and it's supposed to be nasty tomorrow, but the X2 is loaded up and ready to go. It might actually be good. I guess it's a silver lining situation, try to make the best of a bad situation. It's supposed to be 13 degrees Celsius. Don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but 13 Celsius and raining tomorrow, which is a bit chilly, but if the X2 works and I'm in the water, I won't care if it's raining. So maybe I'll just putter around and try to break it in, put some miles on it. As I was saying, the silver lining situation is that if it's really nasty weather, or even if it's not nice out, there's probably not going to be anybody at the lake, which means that I can do some testing without really bothering anybody. I'm probably going to be, not probably, I will end up making a lot of trips back and forth to the dock or back and forth to the slip. And if it was a really nice day this time of the year, there would probably be a whole bunch of people there. And yeah, more likely that somebody would cause a fuss about how much noise my jet ski was making, or if I break down out there, somebody will throw a fuss. This way I can take care of myself and deal with things. Hopefully no locked keys in my car, but I do have AMA this time. And yeah, hopefully I remember to bring everything with me. Well, that is going to do it for this one. Hopefully when you guys watch this video, I am out riding around on the X2 and having a good time. I was thinking about maybe going live while I was there, setting my camera up on the beach or something, and yeah, using LTE to kind of do a short live stream, but if the weather's going to be bad, then that probably won't happen. So anyway, that is going to do it for this one. The saga continues. I will see you guys next time.